Hi everyone, I'm Daryl with Island Packet Yachts. We want to do a preview today on our new Island Packet 349 number 17 that we have built for Lee and Allison. The boat will be launched next week here in St. Petersburg, and then they're going to sail it home towards the end of the month to North Carolina. We're going to start out on the ground today because we want to show you the stainless arch that we have built for the boat. And we do stainless arches. For those of you who have seen the recent fiberglass arch that we did on the 439, we will be doing a version of that for the 349, but right now this is the arch that we're providing. We do build in the stern rail seats into the stainless arch, which makes it, obviously look like it was factory designed and factory installed. We will have solar panels up on the top. And of course it is rigged for to hang a dinghy on as well for your davits. All right, so why don't we walk over and take a look at the boat on the outside before going up to the cockpit. Okay, so here we are at the transom of the 349, and as you see, we've designed in the independent steps. We do have dimmable lights that we install on the bottom of the steps. Obviously we have our nav lights on, and obviously our stern light. Beautiful job on the name here. Beaufort, North Carolina will be her home port. Want to demonstrate also we have all nice stainless steel through hulls here, and then this is our swim ladder that we do, which is a nice stainless steel pocket style, which will go down with obviously having several steps, 3 if not 4 into the water. Makes it easy to get in and out of the boat, and we provide the handrails on the side of each of the steps as well to get out of the boat. Obviously the arch we showed you is not here right now, it's down on the floor. We will install the arch once the boat gets to the boat yard. Height-wise, it's too high to install it here at the factory and ship it on the boat. So why don't we go down and take a look at the bottom of the boat under the water line, and then we'll get up to the cockpit. Lee and Allison did choose the underwater lights, which you see there. They are multi-color lights, red, yellow, green, blue, I believe, something like that. We do have the standard 3-blade propeller. We do offer an optional max propeller if you'd like. We do a lot of the boat's bottom paint here at the factory. We do a epoxy barrier coat first, and then 3 layers of bottom paint. They did choose the green boot stripe, which I actually think looks very nice with the ivory hull sides. And then walking forward, I believe they also chose the jet thruster, which, as you know, we can do either the jet thruster or the side power propeller thruster. And this is what the jet thruster looks like. We basically have, looks like about a 2-inch exit hole. This is on both sides. And then if you come around here, you'll see this is the intake. Right here, it's a 4-inch stainless intake. So it's basically acts like a big jacuzzi pump, bringing in the water and then pushing it out either side. Very quiet, very easy to operate, and actually has about the same propulsion as the propeller bow thruster. All right, I think we're ready to head up to the cockpit. All right, we're up in the cockpit now on board 34917, delivery that we'll be doing next week to Lee and Allison, who will be taking delivery here in St. Pete and sailing the boat back to North Carolina. As we mentioned down below, we do have the jet thruster. This is the controller. Also standard on the boat, this is the courtesy lights that we have here at each gate, both stern gates as well as the side gate, and these are the same lights that we mentioned earlier that are below the steps. These are dimmable, and you can completely dim them out if you want. So you choose the brightness, and of course now they're completely gone. Here we have our underwater lights, which I can flip off and flip on, and then once you flip them on, they do rotate through the different colors. That is an option. Here we have our standard cigarette lighter plug-in as well as 2 USB plug-ins, and that is standard, as well as our windlass control here aft, and we do have the foot switches forward at the bow. We do have the 12-inch hybrid touch Raymarine display installed at the helm. They've gone with the standard wheel that is leather wrapped, and of course on the starboard side of the helm we basically have our single lever engine control. Our deep locker is here to the starboard, It is quite deep with storage. We do provide a step so you can get yourself out once you get yourself in. There is also a 12-volt light down there, as well as a 110-volt dual outlet. So if you need to plug something in, you can certainly do that. We have an exit through hull for our aft air conditioner drain. And then this is for our cockpit lid scuppers. Obviously shore power, we'll close the lid. We have the new digital Yanmar engine display, single shore power cable on the boat, and then here we have dual propane tanks, which is now standard, and instead of the single. These are 10-pound tanks each, and will certainly, get you through a pretty good season of cruising. Stern rail, obviously, as we mentioned, we're missing the rail there. I'll put the cover back on the display here, and then we do have our shallow locker to port, because we have our berth, of course, under there. We have our manual whale bilge pump. We have our jackline hookups here. The boat did not get any electric winches, but we do have the nice Harken 2-speed primaries. These are 46s. As you know, or may not know, both the main and the jib sheet run down through these spin lock rope clutches, through the turning blocks, the Harken blocks, to the primaries on both sides, so you can trim the main and the jib from both sides. We have added, like we did on 16, the reacher track, which allows better adjustment in the clew with the reacher as you fall off wind. And they did do the standard lifelines. We do the coated or the non-coated, which is obviously the wire only. And then up on the bow, we can take a walk up there if you want. All right, we're up on the bow, and we're actually loading up the chain this morning. This boat will get 300 feet of 3/8 high test chain with a 55-pound Mantis anchor. The Mantis swivel as well. And we do paint the chain for our owners every 50 feet so that they have an idea of how much chain they are putting out. We have the Low Franz Cobra dual capstan windlass running full chain on the starboard side, and then typically a primary rope with a chain towards the end on the port side if you want. Wash down, raw water wash down is standard, and as we mentioned earlier, we have our foot controls for up and down for the windlass as well. Divided anchor locker will easily take the 300 feet of chain to starboard side, and will easily take 300 feet of say 5/8 line on the port side with a shot of chain and then a smaller anchor. The 55-pound Mantis is a large anchor for this boat, so many owners don't really worry too much about a secondary anchor. We did do the Hoyt Boom on the boat, and that's the base for the Hoyt Boom there. As you may know, we are now at the point where we're doing either or. We can do the Hoyt Boom, or we can do a self-tacking jib track that we mount on the top of the deck. All right, why don't we go down below? Down below on 34917, the boat that we just finished for Lee and Allison. This obviously is a maple boat. This, I believe, is our third maple boat that we've done, and they went with the traditional refrigerator freezer drawers. Vitro Frigo has now come up with a combination drawer where either drawer can be a refrigerator and either drawer can be a freezer. So that's a nice addition that they've done. It does raise the countertop when you do the 2-drawer. If you saw the video on 16, it had the level countertop with the smaller refrigerator, so we do give you a choice. They elected not to get the microwave, so instead of a microwave right here where you've seen it before, we did build the extra storage cabinet with that they have here. And then of course the standard galley pantry here with the dish storage on top, the dry storage, nice large dry storage area, our Force 10 3-burner stovetop, and we select the 3-burner stovetop on purpose because it does give you the large burner forward that will actually boil water. Don't make the mistake of thinking the 4-burner is better, because you'll never boil water over 4 of the smaller burners. Obviously we do have the oven as well, and then it is gimbaled, like, you would expect. And of course the pin pulls and it gimbals back and forth. They went with the Corian sink. Sorry for the cleaning supplies. We're obviously not quite done detailing the boat yet. The boat, she actually ships next Wednesday or Thursday. We do obviously a Corian cutting board on top that will fit nicely over half of the sink, and it can be stowed down below under the sink against the bulkhead right there. Trash bin down below as well. Some nice storage below the sink. Standard, the Seagull freshwater, cold, but you can use this for coffee or something because it goes through a filter. We also filter the cold side and the head for brushing your teeth. The standard Growy pull-out galley faucet, and then this is a manual. They chose the manual water pump so that if you, for an ounce, you lose all 12-volt power or your pump should die, you do have the ability to pump cold water manually. Alright, so electrical panel here to starboard. They did do the 2 captain's chairs, which honestly I really like. It's just nice to have a place to sit in a boat besides the straight settees that, and a place to relax, move around. They've got the footstool, we can put our feet up. Really cool. Obviously the table with our Island Packet Star in the middle of it, a couple drink holders. The table does drop down once I move the chairs the right way. And then this is a new addition starting with this boat. We've done a roll top desk door to hold in for storage here versus the 2 sliding doors. So I think this is a nice touch, and just one more way that we can show that we go the extra mile. Our air conditioning supply, our air conditioner return is behind the chair. They did do dual units for air conditioning. We have one here in the salon, and we also have one. This salon unit does the forward cabin, and then we have one in the aft cabin as well. Okay. Obviously, we got our hanging locker here, and it's really because of the air conditioning on this, we've eliminated the dowel, so it really becomes more of a storage locker with the air conditioning. Alright, so forward cabin, we have the Pullman option. With the Pullman option, you do get the storage underneath the bunk. You also get the drawer, dovetail drawer finish, cedar line. So you do get more storage, a little, obviously more sole move around space with a slightly smaller berth. The mattresses obviously are not in yet, but we do have obviously our access to our different areas that we need. Our jet thruster batteries are on both sides, and drop board ends are large enough to remove those batteries. We have outlets on both sides. We have hull side lighting along the side. We have these really nice touch lights that work. And we love how bright the cabin has turned out, especially with the maple. Also with the maple, we do an off-white hull side panels. With the ivory, we do more of an ivory color, obviously. And also, I don't know if you noticed, this boat has the off-white headliner. So being down below in this boat is really nice and airy. The sole is solid maple and sapelli, so it actually goes well with either one of the woods that you choose. So obviously the maple or the sapelli, and if you saw the video on 16, it was done in the sapelli. Full-length mirror behind the door, and then we go into the head here. Port side head, obviously they went with the under mount stainless sink, a little more traditional. Of course, their choice of countertops, the Raritan electric flush toilet, nice stall shower, We've got good lighting in here. We've got good ventilation. And then if you haven't seen our shower door, you got to see it. It's something that we actually sandblast this pattern in-house, the wave and the star pattern. Nice heavy acrylic panels with very heavy duty hinges. It's just, I believe, one of the nicest shower doors in the industry. So nice stall shower, place to sit down when you're underway. Again, Growy faucets, sump pump here, and again, good ventilation. For a 34-foot boat, this we believe we've got a great head, and something that you can comfortably cruise in. If you look around the sole, there's drains all about through the sole, as well as we've added a little rail here to funnel the water into the drains and try to keep the rest of the head as dry as possible. Okay. Port side settee. They chose a interesting fabric. It's I believe it's actually used for airplanes, custom nice airplanes, not the kind that we fly in, but the kind that the really rich people fly in. Very cool feel to the material. I like the brown with the maple. I think the chocolate color is very rich looking. I like the texture of the material, and so this is something they selected and asked us to build in the boat, and we're all about doing something like that. It's amazing the cool ideas that our owners come up with. They chose the footstool option. As you may or may not know, there is storage underneath, and then here we have the single leaf dinette table that drops down. Obviously, we've got a place for it to rest here. It gives you a nice dining area for 3 people, and then we have the adjustable bottle storage where you can put any size bottle in here. If you like liquor bottles, wine bottles, olive oil bottles, any of the bottles will fit. We have a place for 4 wine glasses to hang there, or any type of stemmed glassware. We did design it to fit the acrylic set that's sold at West Marine, and then on the very top shelf it's designed for 4 tumblers, like 4-ounce tumblers, 4 4-ounce tumblers. There we go. All right. All right. Last but not least, certainly, is our aft cabin. We have a hanging locker. As all the hanging lockers, when you open the door, they have the micro switches where the lights come on. They're all cedar lined. They're all louvered for ventilation. Just aft of the hanging locker is the shelf locker, and then of course the berth aft, and I'll let Ed show you that. And nice large double berth, good reasonable ventilation in here, and then they also did the aft air conditioning, so they're in pretty good shape there. All right. Before we leave, I do want to show you the engine access, and it's very easy. You just basically lift up. It's on pneumatic pistons, and then once you start raising the hatch, it does finish the job for you. It gives you nice access to the 45 horsepower Yanmar engine. This is the new Smart engine, common rail, and you see that the water pump impeller is obviously very easy to get to. We've got access on both sides as well, so we can get to our oil filter, our dipstick, our fuel filter. On the other side opens up. We can get to our alternator and the components that are on that side. So good access, quick access, easy access. We're very proud of this. She goes back down, she locks down with a barrel boat, very quick, very easy. Where the steps are all individually made, all hardwood, solid wood, all individual little pieces. Believe it or not, it takes one of our craftsmen about a week and a half to build this engine box and set of stairs here. We do include nice storage here underneath the first step that you can use for the galley or for different things that you need. I think that finishes off our preview of 34917. We'd like to thank Lee and Allison for their business, and we wish them many years of cruising on board their new island packet. And God bless to them and all of you.